Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Colson-Eyre, and I just want to share a little story that happened to me yesterday. And first of all, let me just say that you don't need to put me on the prayer list, and this is not serious in any form. And there's lots of people that have more problems than I do. That is for sure. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these braces that I'm wearing and how it kind of maybe could apply to some of us in our Mary Kay career. All right, so first of all, I have to tell you that getting these braces on was a volunteer thing. I did not have to have braces. Matter of fact, my top teeth looked pretty good, and never had any problems, but then my bottom teeth were looking crowded. I had this one that was sticking out. So I started thinking about it. I saw in some of my videos that it looked like I was missing a tooth on the bottom when I talked, and I thought, that's not going to work as a national sales director to miss a tooth on the bottom. So in February or January of last year, I thought, I'm going to go get braces. Well, as a matter of fact, my husband got insurance, and I thought it was going to be covered, and then we found out that if you're over 19, it's not covered. Well, I had braces back in middle school, and I remember when I got them, I remember thinking I was so cool, and I don't even remember having any issues with them at all. In fact, I wore them for 3 years, just like most teenagers do. So I wasn't really that stressed out about getting them. But I remember when I went to the dentist that day, the orthodontist, to talk to him, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get the bottom done just really quick and it's going to take me maybe 6 months. And he's like, no, you're going to have to put braces all over your whole top of your mouth and the bottom, and we're going to have to move this up, move that back, and all this kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, he said, yeah, so you're concerned about your bottom teeth and probably that fang tooth too. I'm like, fang? I didn't even know I had a fang. And so anyway, before I knew it, I was metaled up, top to bottom. And that's 4.5 months ago. So just about every day, poor Brad, I complain about these braces and how bad they are. I knew my teeth would be sore, but the inside of my mouth are just like jacked up like hamburger meat. And so yesterday, I just thought, I'm done with it. I can't do it anymore. I'm just going to tell them I'm going to take them off, and I'm going to go with Invisalign because I just can't take the pain. So I went to the dentist here in Georgia because I had to switch over. And I'm in there, and they said, well, this lady's talking to me. She says, the doctors looked at him, and not only is Invisalign, that's not going to work. That's not going to help. I can't correct my bite with it. Not only that, they said that I'm going to have to do rubber bands. I'm like, honestly, y'all, I sat there and I just thought, can this get any worse? I said, like, rubber bands? I said, like, all day wear rubber bands? I said, what about eating? What about talking? He's like, you have to, or either it's going to take another year. Like, add another year to the year I already got with these stupid braces. And I'm just sitting there with that girl, poor thing. And then she said, Ann, the braces you have are outdated. We don't have that system anymore. We have Damon braces. I said, what are you saying? She said, we're going to need to take those braces off and put our braces on you. Honestly, I'm a pretty stable person, and I can keep my emotions in check, but I just about had a mental breakdown right there in the orthodontist office. And not only all that, I'm going, you can't work with the braces I already have? They're like, well, we don't use that kind, we use this kind, and da-da-da-da-da. And then she's like, wants to talk to me about the money. And I said, I already knew how much I'd paid. I'd paid like over, I know, wow, right? I'd already paid over $2,500 for the braces that I already have for 4 months. And so what I was going to have to pay is about $3,100 more to finish it with the doctor in Charleston. So then they tell me that in Valdosta, for me to finish this treatment, it's going to be almost $4,000. Another $1,000. And so I'm just sitting here looking at this girl, and honestly, I thought, I'm going to cry right here in the orthodontist office. So she left for a minute, and I called Brad, and I'm telling him, and he's like, you need to get another opinion. And I really, and I hung, then she came back, and I had to hang up, and I thought, get yourself together. You are a grown woman. Okay, so long story short, I told her I want to talk to the actual doctor. So the orthodontist comes in there, and I try to negotiate with him. he says, oh, before you talk about that, he goes, that girl talks about money. She knows everything. Like, they will not talk to you about money. And so I told him anyway. I mean, I pressed through, you know, and I said, you know, I'm just thinking maybe you split that difference. And, exactly, Melissa, thank goodness for Mary Kay. And he wouldn't have no part of it. And then, not only that, he showed me my pictures from my before pictures. And he showed me how my top teeth now don't look as good as they did before. I don't know if it's due to the other orthodontist or what, but like some are sticking out, some are going back, and like they're jacked up. I'm gonna have to take some off. I'm like, I'm just sitting there, and I just thought, I can't even believe this. What have I done? So then I sat there and I thought, all right, just suck it up, Buttercup. So I said, all right, let's do it. They go, well, you can come back and we can do that. I said, no, I'll do it today. I thought, I'm already here. I'm already having anxiety. I need a Valium. So I stayed, and so they made me wait. So I was about I was the last person there. So they go to take the braces off. And I'm not trying to discourage any of you that have braces, because honestly, and there is a point to Mary Kay at this for just a second. But anyway, so they had to take the braces off. I'm like, how are you going to get them off? I don't know why I don't remember any of this stuff from before. So they just took this clamp, and they, honestly, I felt like they were breaking every tooth I have. They were just crunching them off, and they were falling apart in my mouth because it was these clear ones on the top. And I mean, like, I'm sitting there gagging, every single one. I'm tensed up. Y'all, I'm not kidding you. I feel like I've run a marathon because I was so tensed up. So they took them all off, and then they put them all back on. And the thing is, they had this thing to have my mouth open about that big, and then the doctor didn't come. I mean, I'm sitting there like with my mouth so wide, I can't even tell you, for 15 minutes or so, maybe more. And I thought, this is ridiculous. So anyway, I finally did. I mean, I went in at 1:45. I did not come out of the orthodontist office till 5 o'clock. And so I have, you know, these new braces. They said they could deal with the bottom ones. And my mouth was so sore. I came home with Brad, and I started crying. I mean, like I had a meltdown. So, why'd I tell you all this? My sad braces story. Okay, first of all, you know how, like, when you joined Mary Kay, no one made you join. You decided you wanted to join. Why? Because you wanted a better life. You thought it could help you make money, pay your bills, whatever you need. You thought you might enjoy it. When I got these braces, I just did it for one thing. I wanted to look good as a national when I do videos. That's vanity right there. But anyway, I just, you know, it was voluntary. I mean, I decided voluntarily to do this. Okay? I knew I was going to have to go through some things. I did not know what all I was going to have to go through. I might have, you know, changed my mind. But you know, in Mary Kay, you get in and you think everything's going to be pink and rosy, and it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of great things, but then there's some things you have to go through, like disappointments. Disappointments hurt your feelings. When people don't show up, when people don't do what they're supposed to do, when you go do a party, you give it your all and you don't sell very much. When someone that maybe you sold $300 or $400 to somebody, and then they come back and they want to return it all. I mean, that's discouraging, and it hurts your feelings. And you might be like me and just say, just forget it. Just forget it. Take these braces off. I'm done. And, you know, I just want to tell you that if you suck it up, and really, like what I went through yesterday, I know, like I say, it has nothing to be put on the prayer list, and it's definitely not life or death. And I asked for it. I want my teeth to be straight. But it was traumatic to me. I've always had a thing anyway with dentists. It was very traumatic. And but I'm living to talk about it. I pushed my way through, and the thing about it is, I'm going to be so thankful. You know, a year from now, when I'm getting these suckers off, I'll do a new video, and I'll be so thankful that I have straight teeth. And, you know, for the rest of my life. But I had to hang in there. And so with your Mary Kay business, you got to hang in there, and you got to suffer through some tough times occasionally. And so, but you got to just pick yourself back up. And I know that there's a lot of women my age that have actually got braces and have made it through this. So I'm not the only one. Just like in Mary Kay, there's a lot of people in Mary Kay that have gone through what you've gone through. You know, gone through the nose, gone through people not showing up on you, people not being reliable. You know, there's times when you don't want to do it. You're just like, I'm done. But you know what? If you press on, those people that press on are going to be the ones that make the most money. And it's not even about the money, but that reach their goals. Those people are going to be the ones that actually you're going to be able to come back and go, wow, how'd they do it? They just didn't quit. They just didn't quit. When the times got tough, they sucked it up, they put their big girl panties on, and they kept going. So I just want to encourage you guys today, if you happen to be having a stressful day in your Mary Kay, think about me and then chopping off those braces that they've fallen in my mouth, I mean gagging there, and then having these stupid rubber bands that I've got to deal with for, you know, a year. Oh, and that's what he said. He goes, if you don't wear rubber bands, we're going to have to add another year. I'm like, another year? So, you know, we just do what we got to do. If I can suffer through these braces, I know you can suffer through one more phone call and one more text. Because, you know, life, like my daddy used to say, life is not a bowl of cherries, and sometimes it's the pits. But if you keep going, and Mary Kay Ash said the only way to fail in Mary Kay is to give up. So I know we don't have a bunch of quitters in our Cletus Cheetah National area. And I'm asking all of you to step up today, make some phone calls. Look at the post I just made. I forwarded Jamie Cruz Vernio's post about speaking life, speaking rivers of life over the areas in your life that are lacking right now. And God's going to bless you. So thank y'all for jumping in here, Heather, Jane, Melissa, Bonnie, and those of you that are just jumping in, you can go back through the first of it. But I love you guys, and yes, I am sitting in the car, and I'm in the passenger side. My husband is in there working. We just ate lunch, and I said, I'll just sit in the car for a minute. I got to regroup. So anyway, I'm going to be over at Selena Burgess's meeting tonight. Excited about that, and just excited to show these new braces off to everybody I see. So I love you guys. Have a great day.